In this video, we will understand some of the problems related to percentages. First problem, a person divides his property among his three children, P, Q, and R, such that P gets 30% of the whole, Q gets 40% of the remainder, and R the rest. If R gets a property worth rupees 8,400, then find the value of the whole property and of those got by P and Q. Let us see how do we solve it. Let the whole property, whatever we are supposed to find, that we will consider it as X rupees. Now it says, the question says P's share is 30% of the whole. So we can say P share is 0.3 times X. And once this P share is given, the remainder after P share will become X minus of 0.3X, which is nothing but 0.7 times X. That means the Q gets 40% of the remainder. So in this 40% Q gets. That means Q share will be 0.4 times 0.7 times X, which is nothing but 0.28X. And R gets the rest. That means X minus of this 0.3x minus of this 0.28 times x, that will be your R's share, which is 0.42 times x, which is equated to 8,400 because that is given in the question itself. So once we equate it, we can find x as 8,400 divided by 0.42, which is 20,000 rupees. That means P's share will be 0.3 times 20,000, which is 6,000. Q's share will be 0.28 times 20,000, which is 5,600. Let us move on to the next question, problem number 2. In an examination, X secured 25% marks and failed by 25 marks only. Y secured 35% marks and gets 35 marks more than the minimum pass marks thereby. Find the total number of marks and the pass marks in the said examination. Let us see how do we solve it. Let the total number of marks be small a. Marks secured by X is given as 25% marks. That means A times 0.25. And it says that he failed by 25 marks. Marks secured by Y is given as 35% marks, which means it is A times 0.35, and it says he gets 35% marks more than the minimum pass marks. So he got 35 marks, which is greater than the pass marks. Hence, the pass marks should be 0.25 times A plus 25, or it can also be expressed as 0.35 times A minus 35. So solving these two, we can get A value as 600. That will be the total marks. That means the minimum pass marks will be, we can use either this equation or this equation to find out the minimum pass marks. So let us use the first one, 0.25 times A, which is 0.25 times 600 plus 25, which will give you 175 marks. That is the solution for this particular problem. Let us move on to the next one, problem number 3. It says the monthly salary of X is 25% more than Y's salary, and that of Z, it is 12.5% less than the total salaries of X and Y. If the salary of Z be rupees 14,940 per month, what would be the salaries of X and Y? Let us see the solution. Let us assume the salary of Y as small a, and it says, the question says X salary is 25% more than Y salary, which means it is X salary will be A plus A times 0.25, which is nothing but 1.25 times A. So salary of Z will be X and Y salary put together. It is 12.5% less than that. So X and Y salary, which is A plus 1.25A minus of A plus 1.25 times A times 0.125, which will give you, after simplification, 0.875 times A plus 1.25A. And the salary of Z is given as 14,940. We can equate that. So after simplifying this, we can equate it to 14,940. By that, we can calculate A value as rupees 7588.57, which is our salary of Y, which means salary of X will be 1.25 times salary of Y, which is 1.25 times 7588.57, which will give you 9486 as salary of X. That is the solution for this particular problem.